Hey, how's it going? I'm Links, and today we'll talk about this new free summoning event that's gonna allow you to get 10 free multis for logging in every single day for 10 days straight. Now in these 10 multis you can get a variety of characters, and there's also step ups that gives you a couple of few characters. So basically what you do is every day you log in, you of course are greeted by Liz, and you get a free multi-ticket. Now as you can see, I've logged in for 4 days now. This is on JP. On Global we'll get this event on Tuesday, so don't worry. It will come to Global very soon now, and I'm looking forward to it for my account as well. So basically for the different steps you're gonna get different rewards, and for the first step, you're gonna get the Red Arthur, which is a staple unit for the Ban or the Reinhardt team, the sort of the human team. And we are gonna get a new Escanor unit very soon, I believe. So he will be great for the Escanor. So everyone's gonna get him. He's gonna be free. Totally awesome. Second step is the Hawk. He's a waste of space. No one needs him. Throw him in the trash. Also, these units are gonna be level 90. So there is that. I mean, that's gonna increase your box CC a bit. You don't have to waste some materials for them. So I mean, I'll take it. The fourth step is gonna give you Dana for Liz. Now she's great for the deathmatch, more specifically the Belmoth deathmatch battle. So she's a really good addition to your box if you don't have her. Step 6 is gonna give us Green Fighter Diane. Not the greatest unit anymore. She sort of fell off, but I mean, at least that's on box CC, right? You don't have to level her up to 90 if you don't have her at 90. And at step 8, we're gonna get Ragnarok Meliodas. So this Meliodas is quite good if you have him duped out. He can work for like the gold dungeon farming team. If you want to be able to like rush his ult, that's awesome. He can also work in some teams in PvP, I guess, if you want to make some sort of meme team or whatever. It's not really that great, but at least you're going to be able to get some dupes of him, or you're going to just be able to get him if you don't already have him. So I mean, all these free units, we take them. And also the free multis, which is for a 3% step up banner. You can still get all of these other units here. At step 10, you're going to be able to pick one of the units. So we will talk about the units, which unit should you pick and why and all that. So of course, pick whatever unit you do not have. Like if you're missing one of the units, pick that unit. It's better than getting like a 2-6 Sigurd just for like the box CC and just to have like the unit or whatever. Some of the units are niche, they work for like different content, and we'll just go over it. So this Meliodas, he has a somewhat useful passive, but I mean it is a Meliodas, and there's so many better like Meliodas units that can take his spot. He's basically a backline unit, but it's not really good. So unless he's like the only unit you don't have, or the only unit you don't have like 6-6 or whatever, then of course go for him, but otherwise I would probably skip him. Denzel, he has a very nice like counter card here. It's a stance card or a counter card where he applies a debuff, and then basically at goal he's gonna chip away like 30% of the unit's max HP up to 3 times, I guess, if he's attacked 3 times. I mean, that's really good. So yeah, he can work for like the tower and stuff like that. Not at all useless, but not that very useful. Zaratras, he sort of fell off. He was like really great for the Belmoth Demonic Beast battle. He's not really like the top contender or the top pick anymore, but like if you don't have him maxed out, or if you don't have him at all, he's a good pick. Demon Hendrickson, he was a staple unit for the Estarossa team, and that is because he has like 2 AoE attacks. He's the only demon in the game that has 2 AoE attacks, so at least he still has some value. But other than that, he's like he's been on so many banners, most people probably already have him, but at least you're getting him level 90 if you decide to pick him up. There is that thing to consider. Other than that, he's not really that great. There's so many new better units, or better demon units for the Estarossa team, that Demon Hendrickson has sort of fallen off the meta. The Hauser here, pretty damn useless. I think it's like the most useless unit. He fell off before he even entered. Like he never even entered the meta. He fell off instantly. As soon as you were able to summon for him, he fell off. So skip. Same with the Hawk. Just they've given him out for free so many times. Like it's just a skip, you know. It's a skip. Sigurd though, he can work for a couple of different teams. The demon team, of course, he can work for the demon team if you have, say, Assault Mode Meliodas. He works really well because he works sort of around the amount of debuffs enemies have. He's gonna give you 10% attack for every enemy that has a debuff, and because you're facing in PvP, you're facing 3 enemies. If all of them have debuffs, you're gonna get like 30% attack to all your units, which is really good. He's also counted as a human, and he's also counted as a Ragnarok character, so he works on the Ragnarok team. He could probably work on some kind of human team, I don't know. Maybe the meta will shift towards humans later, but for now, not really. He does also have an AoE debuff card here and an Amplify card. The Amplify card is quite nice, and he can hit really hard, but it's really good for the Ragnarok team. Like if you don't have him, he's a must-have for the Ragnarok team, but the Ragnarok team does sort of require high CC, I guess, so if you don't have him, maybe don't try to go for like the Ragnarok team. He's a really good contender here. Green Thonar, good for the deathmatch battles. More specifically, again, Belmoth. She's basically a backline unit, and she's gonna increase your attack by 40% and attack related stats by 20% if you have a unit that cleanses debuffs. And in the Belmoth battle, you are of course gonna get applied with a debuff turn 1, so if you cleanse that, you're gonna get like a boost in stats, which is really good. So she works for that. The red Sariel, he actually has his uses. Like you can use him for the bird boss, you can use him for the deer boss because of his power strike card. His holy relic is really nice as well if you can craft it, and he works really well against the guild boss in the sort of staple Archangel's team. So he's a really good pick as well. The blue Tarmiel, like if you don't have red Tarmiel, of course go for the blue Tarmiel. The more dupes you have of him, because he is a unit you want to have as an association for other units, so you can like make use of his grace, and sort of the more dupes you have of him, like the more stats he will provide to that unit, so that's really good. If you really want to go for that, then most definitely go for that. If you do not have either of the Tarmiels, I would say this is like the #1 pick that you should pick, because he will help your account so much, and like you can have him as an association for all content, because he will basically heal one of your units 30% of the damage that they've taken during a turn, so that's really good. Now the OG blue Ludociel, only go for him if you're actually planning to maxing him out. And that is also like spending diamonds to get all his cosmetics and also maxing those cosmetics out. Giving him 15% HP defense gear, and that is 15% attack, 15% HP and 15% defense on every single piece. Sort of getting his holy relic as well. But do know that the more new units, the more new festival units that get released, like the more units that will out CC him, so his passive won't really work there for much longer, you know. There's a lot of units that still out CC him now, but he will still be able to out CC a lot of units, so he still has his uses at the moment. Derriere, she works on some content, I guess, like some of the final bosses, some of the guild bosses. So I mean, yeah, she does have her uses, but she's not really the greatest unit anymore. Red Estarossa, I don't think he has his uses anymore either. He has his Amplify card, which is nice, but like he's nowhere near as good as he used to be. Same with Blue Zeldris. He's a unit that's based on crit, but basically he will never crit any of the modern units, so what's the point, man? What's the point? Green Valenti, she was sort of really useful for a few weeks, and then she sort of fell off. I don't really see her anymore ever. So yeah, I would probably skip this, unless of course, again, you don't have this specific unit. Then of course go for that specific unit if it's like the only unit you don't have. And finally we have Red Lilia, which I guess is kind of good for the Catastrophe team, but not really. Like you don't really see her anymore in PvP, and yeah, she's not really the best. So if I could summarize which units I think you should pick, like the top 3 picks are of course Sigurd. He's really good, like he works in some different teams. The Red Sariel, he works on a lot of PvE content, and then also Tarmiel as like the very best pick you can pick if you do not have red Tarmiel. So actually getting him 6/6 will increase like the basic stats that he will be able to provide the unit he is used as a link for. So yeah, those are the units. Like these 3 units are of course like the best units you can go for, in my opinion. Of course, if you're missing any of the units, if you already have these 3 units 6/6, then of course go for some other units, you know, whatever you need, like increase the box CC or whatever. But and with that, I'll actually do a multi here, so we'll just see. We're gonna get the Danafor Liz for my JP account, and maybe I get something, probably not. 3% on a single multi. Estarossa, I'll take him. He's gonna be level 90 now, so we must definitely take that. So yeah, and also we got Danafor Liz at level 90, so really good banner if you're free to play. Really good banner. If you're a new player, you're gonna get some really great units, and of course you're gonna be able to pick a really great unit at the end there. I mean, I say really great, but they're sort of not the top tier units, but whatever. You can't expect to get like free top tier units. But yeah, that's gonna be it for me. Hope you found this video helpful. Tell me what units you're going for, and yeah, I guess that's gonna be it for me. Thanks for watching. Hope you have a wonderful day, and I guess I catch you next one. Bye.